you doing?
Oh, no. We're open with this side.
All right.
I'm open to anyone first.
B.
What'd you say?
Heads.
It is
It's not a bad
tails.
word.
It's his head. You get to choose.
They go.
So you get to choose which one you want.
Can I just vault and let Dan choose?
Yeah, and then you get to choose when you want to go.
Yeah, Dan, go.
I'm gonna take Genghis Khan.
Okay, so Khan and Cortez. All right, and that means that you get first or second.
Is she recording?
I will be going second.
Okay, so Dan will be going first. I will give you guys 20 seconds with your group. You may need it, may not.
Yeah, it's not
20 seconds just to prepare. Any last little preparing?
They don't know.
And real quick, the resolution or the main argumentation for this is the longest lasting impact on the world, correct?
This is, let me just read it again, what we had. Which conqueror had a more long-lasting impact?
Cool.
Long-lasting, long-lasting. Okay?
You guys get
Alright.
a little second, a little 2 second
Done.
shot.
Done. Are you recording this? Okay, we gotta get.
We should record it.
Okay, so.
I already am.
Recording this? Yeah, do you have the consent?
Abby, you should go.
Wait, we gotta get consent. Do we have consent?
Wait, what?
Do we have consent from you two?
recorded?
Yeah,
It's being recorded.
Okay.
Good, because I already started.
Alright.
already started.
Start like a
There,
minute
yeah,
and a half
wait,
ago.
there might be a booth
Okay, my
review.
brother might want to see this. Hold on.
And it's good.
Review.
Alright, this is the only one that we take. This is the only one that we take. Alright.
I'm gonna use this.
Are you guys ready? Okay, quiet.
Shut up.
Alright, Melina, don't be eating on tape. This is.
I don't even have her in there.
Alright, crackers away. Crackers away.
I didn't even notice she was eating crackers.
When second start this.
Okay.
I like amber.
No.
Now they're all recording.
I gotta take notes.
Like a paparazzi.
Aha!
Hey, this is my idea
Alright,
first.
here we go. A lot of anticipation for this one. Alright, this is the only one that the cameras are on. Okay. Alright.
I know, it should be an I.
Leanne, are you ready?
Alright, let's do this.
Alright, when you start talking, I will start timing.
Okay. Genghis Khan, the conqueror of the family line that also produced Tamerlane and Babur, made through terms of pillaging and very aggressive military conquest, created an empire which spanned excuse me, I've not been here, so my thought of train is not working. From
You're wasting
China
time.
all the way to the Black Sea. Through this facilitating nature that he set up, through using local peoples, he set up 2 great points that made the Mongols and Genghis Khan's impact in history greater than anyone else. First, the Mongol Arabic and Uyghur thoughts and ideals of concepts such as paper money, arts and sciences, and governmental and economic concepts diffused their way through trade and cultural diffusion from the east to the west, and also sparking the Renaissance. By the second point of why Genghis Khan has such an incredible and outlasting mark on history, the spread of the Black Death. Genghis Khan's empire that he created, it spread trade through their facilitating nature from east to west, and through this trade brought the Black Death, killing
Doesn't count.
killing
Dun, dun, dun.
peasants and turning the tide in Europe.
Alright. Alright, Ted. Ted, you have 1 minute.
Just give me a second. I'm going to orchestrate myself here.
What?
Alright. Ready?
And go. Okay, so Hernando Cortez, what we need to look through is that my opponent's argument for Black Death. But what we see here is the fact that my opponent's argument for Black Death is completely overruled by what Cortez introduced to the Native Americans. What we look at is 18 million individuals, close to 90% of the population of South America was destroyed due to the introduction of chickenpox and several other diseases from Europe into North America. What we can also look to is that Cortez is looked to as a trailblazer at this point. We see the first Europeans going into the New World. What we can look to is the fact that the information that he introduced to these regions, the guns, germs, steel, the technology that was introduced into this region was implemented throughout. And what we can look to is the fundamental introduction of the United States, the trailblazer scene where Europe sees that where Spain's coming in and conquering, why can't Europe, why can't France, why can't England? What we fundamentally see here is that the New World is being colonialized, and this is all sparked due to Cortez. What we can also look to is the fact that an entire organization that has grown up completely separate from Europe is completely decimated as well.
Okay. Alright. Good, you guys. Alright, 20 seconds. No rebuttals.
The 20 seconds is
no rebuttals. 20 seconds with your groups.
I don't think Ted has to. I don't even see why they have to.
That's just keeping to himself.
Hey Ted, you know it's with your group, right?
Huh?
It's with your group.
Oh no.
You don't need a
Ted is
group.
having a meeting with himself.
Okay, we're good.
Alright,
Fun thingy.
we got the rebuttals here, guys.
And it's
Alright, Dan, you're up first in the rebuttal. 20 seconds.
The impact of the Black Death created by the setup of Genghis Khan's empire, created the Renaissance, which killed and decimated peasants, which created thought, technology, and action, which led exploration and conquering possible. So therefore, there is no Cortez without the Black Death spread by Genghis Khan's empire.
Sweat.
Swear. Alright, Ted, 20 seconds.
Okay, give me a second.
Ready?
And go. Okay, so we need to look at the fact that the implementation of exploration into the New World basically fundamentally led to the United States itself. What we can look to is that this trailblazing that Cortez led to introduced the United States itself, as well as the loss of life, which is underestimated throughout this entire argument, is 18 million people. 90% of the population in South America was killed. And this completely overrules any argumentation for the Black Death my opponent can bring up. Because the technology that was introduced overweight.
Alright, you guys. How was it scored? Carlos, how is it gonna head up right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Did anyone get any wow factors?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11 to 11. Mr. Design, did anyone get any wow factors? Guys, get your iPhones away. Oh my god.
Alright, we gotta do this. Well,
Let's do an awesome tiebreaker.
Let's do no notes. Let's do no notes.
A good fist fight.
No.
Yes, a fist fight. That'd be great for you two.
Wait, was it seriously a tie?
Yeah, what?
alright, really quickly. I'm gonna go, who has the better birthday? No, that's right.
So,
Should we do history or not history?
well, do we want to do, what do you want to
Arm
do?
wrestling contest.
Yes, good idea. Yes, arm wrestling.
Second rebuttal. How about
Arm
that?
wrestling.
Thank you, Ashley.
How about no notes at all?
Arm wrestling. Arm wrestling.
They're not just
That's great. That's a great idea.
Alright, I got one really quickly.
Okay.
Okay? You guys don't get to prepare,
Okay,
okay? This is the question, it was not given,
okay.
so this is the trade or war,
Who?
okay? Which had more of an interaction, greater interaction of culture.
Can I take this up
Okay.
this time?
Yeah, that was one you prepared for.
How much time do we
Yeah,
have?
you can help me
Can I
grade.
pick the topic for this?
I can help you, Greg.
Trade or war, which one
I
had a
can
better
help
interest? Here's the question, which has created greater interaction of culture?
808.
Only giving you guys 1 minute.
I started like a minute and a half.
Alright,
Yeah.
no preparing.
And I have another minute on my other video.
Yeah, she stopped it.
Okay, Dan, your birthday.
Tails never fails.
Tails, it is.
Thanks.
Well, war, you get trade.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll give you guys 20 seconds to prepare. And it's only 1 minute long. So 20 seconds each.
You got this.
That means, Dan, you're probably going second, you're going first. Okay? Alright, 20 seconds to prepare, and then we gotta get moving.
Wow, backhand is so hard.
Which has created a greater interaction of culture?
That's what I give you a look.
This time I'm getting on camera, Milena.
Mr. Design, is it a positive impact?
It just says, which has created a greater interaction of culture?
Okay.
Greater interaction of culture. Okay. Alright. Alright, we got 1 minute and 1 minute only. That's it.
It's just 1 minute.
It's just gonna be 1 minute. We gotta get 4 other, I think 3 other people. Getting ready to go? Yeah. Alright? Okay, after I take this. Alright, so it's Ted. Good luck. No, they actually are just free text.
Oh, is it?
Alright,
Now it's
is that
convenient.
good?
That was convenient. I'm gonna go now.
Alright, okay, Dan, you have 1 minute. Okay, again, the question is, and I'm only counting the ones towards which.
Ted's going first.
Oh, okay, Stan, you're going first. Which has created the greater interaction of culture? You are arguing war. Okay, 1 minute
Okay.
begins.
And go.
now.
Okay, so what we need to look to here is Alexander the Great's argumentation and his expansion of his empire. We look to the Hellenic expansion of Greek philosophy and argumentation throughout the Middle East. It's almost all the way to the spread of India. What we can look to is the integration of culture that he spread with Greek philosophy, argumentation, technology that was spread as far as all the way to India. What we can also look to here is Genghis Khan's warring that he spread Mongol culture throughout the region that also spreads all the way to the Arabian empires, as we see through Tamerlane and Babur, as my opponent brought up in previously. What we can also look to is the fact that the Mongol traditions that were brought up, religious toleration. We can also look to the technology that was transferred as well. We can also look to war as well. Culture exchange between the Spanish and the Native Americans in South Africa. When we had the Aztecs meeting the Spanish, what we're seeing is a clash with culture here. This is a major cultural clashes between an empire that has never seen anything made of steel, with cultures that have never seen anything with leather, with leopard skin. Uses of obsidian. What we can see here is that the technology and cultures that were clashed through war are fundamental to society and culture.
Okay, very good, guys. Okay, Dan.
Yeah.
Alright, Dan.
Emphasis
you
on the
ready?
culture there.
1 minute. You have
Culture
trade.
doesn't count.
Ready? Interaction of cultures. Go.
My argumentation is that war draws factions and cultures apart. War is an object that pits people against each other, pits cultures against each other, not exactly a facility and place where cultures, religions, and things are transferred. What happens in war and in culture transactions is that war paves the way, and then trade is what is the actual force that drives cultures and people together. For example, the Silk Road became in two factions, the diffusion of culture, religions, and customs from the interactions between the Rome and the Han to the trade of silk, and also to the Mongols by showing through ways of government enforcing religious toleration, all brought on through trade from traders. You look at it also affect wars and such as diseases brought on by the Silk Road through trading, which has incredible impacts on cultures and societies. Not something that is brought through war. War can be a vessel for the creation and the paving of the way for massive expansions of land to have people interact. But what actually brings people together is trade.
Okay.
Just
Alright.
got in.
We can go for time.
Ted's face of satisfaction right there.
My satisfaction.
Yeah, no, it's like
You just have
I'm
like a
gonna
fit.
cry.
No, I'm satisfied with the debate.
Alright, I have. Are you ready? Dun dun dun. 12 to 10 war. Woo! Very well done, you guys. Ted, were you airborne?
What?
What?
We won?
Okay.
A1. Oh, are you kidding? Fucking beat on beat. Come on, Dan.
10 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's tell it again.
Alright. Okay, next one up there.
I'm hungry.